so many uses for old cans, whether it's soup cans or tomato cans. Well, you can certainly recycle them, but how about some of these creative ideas? This one was painted, and it has the breast cancer awareness here, and you can put a slit in the top, put all of your loose change, and give to your favorite cause. Or you can use them for storage. This has lots of storage inside. This one has an inspirational scripture on the front, or you can put your favorite saying. Now, if you do apply something like this, you want to be sure that you use some Mod Podge over it so that it's sealed. Or you can do what my friend Jenny does, and she uses this can to feed the birds every day. So the next time you get ready to toss some cans, think about all the creative things that you can do with them. You can use them for little piggy banks too, to collect so that you can buy something that's your favorite. Well, one of the things I've heard from you, the viewers, is that you love the fact that we always bring you products that you didn't even know existed right here in Nashville. You know, we love to tell you, shop local. We want to support all of our local businesses, and we're going to be talking with Cristian Barros of Nashville Rug Gallery, and he's right here local. You've seen Nicholas on the show, you've seen Yvonne, but this is the first time that you're getting a chance to meet Nicholas. Nicholas, Cristian, thanks for joining us. I know that Nicholas and Yvonne have been here with us, and we've had a great time with them. And you all have a showroom here. You have containers full of rugs.
We eventually, every 2-3 months, we receive a container. We have women's operations in 3 different countries, Nepal, Turkey, and India. Every quarter, we bring an entire container full of different pieces that we weave in every single country. So we have a great inventory. Our inventory is changing all the time. We are trying to bring to the city what is usually every single designer uses here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, all the designers I know come to visit you, and one of the roles that you play, I mean, you help the designers in so many ways.
Oh, we try to help every single person, not the designers. Sometimes they have particular requests from customers to have particular colors, trying to achieve different textures through the room. They can find it in the rugs that we have in stock. So what we do in Nashville Rug Gallery, we have a designer system that we can plug in different colors, the colors that you need, or the design that you need. We can design your rug, and we can plug any colors that you can need in your design.
And the design. And what I like about it is it's something unique for your home. No one else would have this custom design. One of the things, Nashville Rug Gallery has been published so many times in magazines because they've been using, used by interior designers. Here's one at Home Nashville, and also traditional home magazines. You can see their beautiful rugs gracing the front covers of many magazines. But guess what? You can also go over to their showroom. It is open to the public as well, and we'll be giving their information and where they are located. In fact, you're located just off Trousdale.
We are 3630 Trousdale Drive in Nashville, just off Harding Place, right across Purina factory.
Well, we've got some pictures we're going to show just of your designs in a home, and this was actually at the show house here recently. Jennifer Marcanic was the designer here. This was a very unique rug.
Oh, that was a beautiful rug. The design on that rug, it has natural dyes on that particular rug, and it was perfect for that room. It's unique.
Love the pop of color that she has here. Now, if maybe that last picture just wasn't your style, but maybe you're a little bit more casual elegance, or as Becky said, the refined, rustic. This is a great look too. Do you know what the material on this rug was?
That's wool right there. Also natural dyes, all over design on that rug. It bring you all the coziness to that room. It's beautiful, beautiful
And I love how the
display
designer used the green on the ceiling. You know, remember, that's your fifth wall, but don't forget your floor. And we have another picture, a more contemporary design. So you all have rugs just for every style you can imagine, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. We can give you every single type of rug that you need for your design. We have contemporaries, traditional, non-traditional, Turkish, Iranians, Indians. We have an Indian line that's more cost-effective. If you don't want to spend too much money on a Persian rug or a Turkish rug, you can have the same look as an Uşak from Turkey, but pay way less than.
Right, you have really price points all over that really run the gamut, and if they just come out to your showroom, you get to flip through and look at what they have. But listen, if you don't see exactly what you like, they can color match it, and I'm going to show you. We have a briefcase here. This is not full of money. I wish it was, but this is something that I've done with them, and these are called palms, sort of like pom-poms, but you know, it's not for cheering. These are colors, and what I love to do, and what I've done with Cristian just recently, is I came in, I was looking for a specific color. We pulled some palms, so maybe I pulled this color, maybe I say, oh, I want this as my accent, and you know, hey, I'm going to throw in a little splash of color in a design. I take those three, and what I would say is, Cristian, I like these three, but I'm not sure, is this going to work in a large, you know, 15 by 18 rug? And then what he would do is create a strike-off. Tell me about that.
Exactly. Before, sometimes what you see in those palms, they are not the perfect match on the rug. So what we do before we weave the entire piece, the larger piece, we do a 2 by 3, or for example right here, 2 by 2, or 2 by 3 strike-off. Where you can see actual part of the design on the rug and the colors finished. That's how it's going to look, your rug, after we finish on the actual piece.
Right, so we start with the palms, we choose that, we choose our design, we decide on what size we want, then you do the strike off. It takes several weeks. Now this is not something, oh, I'm just going to pop in, pick up a rug, but it's going to last you a lifetime. These are the type of rugs that you want to keep, you want to pass down as heirlooms, but they become antiques, and listen, they actually increase in value. And that's one thing we wanted to tell the viewers, that if you buy a rug like this, and I noticed that several designers will do this, and it's a great idea, is leave that tag on the corner and just tuck it underneath, because you always want to know what the value is. And I know with you guys, one thing that you do for your customers, if they buy a rug from you and it's a particular price, you actually will do a trade-in for them.
We do.
You know how we all change our minds and we decide, oh, about 5 years later, oh, I think I'm going to change out that color. Well, guess what? You can go back down to Nashville Rug Gallery and you guys will trade it out for us. I love that idea.
We do dollar-to-dollar trading. That means that in 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, you want to replace your decoration in your house, and you say, I don't like this rug anymore, it doesn't match the color of my walls or my tablecloth or whatever, or my pillows, my accent pillows. So you come to us, and if you spend with us $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, whatever the amount is, you have in 10 years $5,000, $2,000, $3,000 to trade in and replace it for any rug that we have in inventory.
It doesn't go, the price doesn't go down, in other words.
Exactly.
You still get that dollar-to-dollar trade-in value. I mean,
that is very, very, very important.
Where do you get that? I mean, nowhere else do they offer this, right?
No.
Well, show me some of the selections you have. Texture brings so much into a room, and when you add a rug, don't forget that's your first layer. You can use that as your inspiration. This is beautiful. Does this have a little silk in it, or is it bamboo?
This actually is bamboo silk. It's artificial silk, spun by hand. So absorbs molded dye on the rug, on the fabric. So then we have another type right here. This is from Nepal.
Oh, love the colors in this.
This is a beautiful pot dye. Pot dye is natural dye treated in small batches. You don't see through the whole rug the same color in every single place of the rug. You see the difference of colors throughout the rug. So it gives you a great.
Oh, and it feels so good. If this was Feel-O-Vision, I mean, you could feel that it feels so silky, and that would feel really good to your feet, too.
Oh, absolutely. This is another example right here, combination of material. This is hemp.
Oh, this is hemp.
Yes. And this is wool right
Heard a
here.
lot about that lately. Well, I like that, and I like that this is a more contemporary design, but it would feel really good to your feet. It's a more natural product.
Absolutely. It's all natural, wool and hemp, all natural. Yes, great. And this is natural. It's the natural color of hemp. So you don't have any dye here. So on hemp, you have different tones of browns and light browns that is not dyed.
And this is such a tiny sampling of what they have over there in the showroom. You'll get over there and you'll just get really excited about what you can do. And here's the thing, say you chose a couple of rugs, you're just not quite sure. Well, they have a truck. They'll bring it out to your house, lay it down in your space, and you get the opportunity to see if you like it in the lighting, if it's going to work with your sofa, if it's going to work. You all will do that.
Absolutely. We always do that, and also we recommend to do that. Sometimes you come to our shop and you love one rug and you love the colors of that rug, and all of a sudden you buy it and you come to your house and it doesn't look the same way you look in our showroom. So what we do is bring the rug to your house and live with it 72 hours, 2 or 3 days to live with it and sit on the morning, in the afternoon and night, and with the light that you have in your house. And then you decide if you're going to keep it or you're going to replace for a different rug.
Wow,
so
and who else lets you do that? And of course, you probably seal it with the guys over at ProCare before you send it out in case these people
we recommend to do that.
have dogs, right?
Yeah, we recommend to do that.
Children and dogs stay off for 72 hours. You know, great idea. Let's see, you've got one more here?
We have one more. This is a fun rug.
Oh, it is. I like the style of this.
This is Google Earth. This is the actual manufacturer that we have in Nepal. So we did a close-up on that factory that we have in Nepal. And you know, when you go close up on Google, you got pixels. That's how we got the inspiration of this rug. This is wool and silk. And the rugs from Nepal, we use Chinese silk. That's natural
and that
fiber
really,
also.
I mean, Cristian, you've given us so many colors and food for thought with the palms, with all of these selections, and they can come out and see you. The showroom is the best way to come and see the selection, but don't get overwhelmed, because once you go out, you select a couple of things, they'll bring it out to your house. You have the opportunity to decide if it works with your decor or if it does not. And remember, add that texture, those layers, as we were talking about earlier, is so important to your room. So thank you, Cristian, for sharing all of that with us.
Thank you for having us.
And
here.
we'll have your tips a little bit later. But remember, our fellow friends over at Foamworks, say that 3 times really fast. You know, they always say get an energy audit. You can get in touch with them at 590-7856. But he says get an energy audit so that you know if, you know, where is your energy going? Is it going out the window, under the door? And listen, it's not very expensive, and it can save you a lot of money. Well, as always, we hand out the party favors at the end of the party, and that's coming up, so you come back and join us, okay?